Hello there, people of the internet. This is not going to be a very long video, and it's not going to be one that has a whole lot of excitement and thrills and whatnot. But there are some people who are wondering what's going on with this YouTube channel, and I'll be honest, this is like what would you call it? This is a very unique point in time for the YouTube channel where I'm trying to keep things going, but because of some personal things that have popped up in life, making content the way that I used to has become exceptionally difficult. You guys have noticed that I've done a couple of videos from this room that I'm currently in, and I've managed to find myself a new gun range, but it's kind of hard to get to. But that brings up the question, what happened to the old gun range? I've made videos in the past about situations that have had popping up with that gun range, and essentially it's those situations that have popped up with that gun range. I got people working behind the gun range, they're clearing out trees, they're clearing out the field right there, and I'm just not going to shoot guns whenever there's people right there. People have been telling me to put up a berm behind the car so I can shoot in that direction even with people out there. I'm not doing that. If there's people out there, I'm not sending lead in that direction. Now, I do have a cow field in the opposite direction that I've used as a gun range a couple of times, and, well, the problem with that is there's farmers that work out there, so I can use that direction if there's no cows or farmers out there, but most of the time there is. Compile that with the fact that I've got a lot of family living on that particular property now, and they're making a lot of noise, and there's music, and there's just people there to the point where I cannot make good quality content. That location has simply become a place that I cannot viably film the way that I want to film. Now, on top of that, I actually had a recent move. Because of everything that was going on there, I was uncomfortable. So I actually ended up moving across the state of Florida, and I'm like 4.5 hours away from that range now, which is one of the reasons why that range is no longer a viable option. You guys will still see videos from that range. I still own that range. The family is still a family property. Still got family living there. Kevin's fine. I'm sure people are going to ask about Kevin. He's fine. He's still living on that property, doing well, doing his Kevin Peacock stuff. But that's the state of that range. It's like 4.5 hours away, and whenever I do show up there, the odds of me being able to film there are pretty gosh darn minimal, simply because it's just too much activity in that particular location. Now, with this new location that I've moved to, like I said, I did find a new range. I've made a video on it. Go ahead and go check out that video if you feel like it, but it's in the middle of essentially a swamp, and there's no way I'm going to be able to get anything, any kind of vehicle out there with the vehicles that I have. And as a direct result of that, the only way to get out there is to walk, unless we're in like a dry season. I did manage to get the cougars somewhat out there, but not very far. Far enough to be able to go in and shoot. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to get a cougar out there whenever it's been raining and whatnot. And it's been raining recently, so I have not been able to make any videos out there on that range as of late. So I will have to figure something out with that range, figure out a way to get out there. I'll come up with something. I'm pretty crafty. Don't worry, there will be more gun range stuff on the content. Now, all that being, or more gun range stuff on the YouTube channel, more gun range content on the YouTube channel. All that being said, there is one other thing that I do want to cover. You guys have noticed, I'm sure, that I'm sticking out a lot of older content. Obviously, I don't look the way that I do on those previous videos. What I did back in the day, and just throughout the years of me doing YouTube, is I filmed a bunch of videos, like a lot of videos, and I kept them in storage, and those videos that I kept in storage, I never uploaded or anything like that. I kept for a situation like what I'm currently in, where I cannot viably film. This way I have backup videos and backup episodes that I can put up that you guys can go ahead and enjoy. Now, a lot of this was filmed before I had my stroke in 2021, which is why I look so different. I got the shorter hair, different glasses. I lost like 60 pounds whenever I had that stroke. I thought I was going to die. It was a whole mess. And you guys can go back in like 2021, like mid to late 2021, and just see the transition of how I was completely falling apart during that time, if that piques your fancy. I know some people ask me about it, and they're like, hey, had no idea, you know, why don't you talk about this? I do. It is definitely up there on the channel. You guys can go see that now. But I got videos that I've just never uploaded that I'm currently uploading because I don't have a means to really record anything else. At least not actively on a gun range. Of course, I can use this room for recording purposes, but there's only so much that I can do inside of a room. I'm pretty much just sitting here talking to a camera at that point. And one of the reasons why I really like having a gun channel is because I like taking old guns out and shooting them. We can sit here and talk all day long about all sorts of different stuff. The best cleaners, the best ammunition, whether or not lead ammunition will mess up your barrel for your reloads or whatever it is you guys want to discuss. But it's a lot more fun to go out to the range and actually send some lead down range and be like, hey, I heard this rumor about this thing and how this thing can't do this. Well, we're going to take it out and see if it actually can, versus just sitting here in front of a camera and talking about it. Now, I do have a couple of series where all I do is sit in front of a camera. Like, I talk about different cartridges that you can use for hunting, and we go over, like, velocities and bullet weights and all sorts of stuff, availabilities and history and whatnot behind particular cartridges. Some of them are like really common, like 30-06 and 308, and some of them not so much, like 6.5 Carcano or 6.5 Swede. Whenever I say not common, I mean not common for hunting purposes. So that's one of the things that I can do when I kind of just sit inside this room. So that's kind of where I'm sitting whenever it comes to making the content. I can't quite make the content that I want to make as of right now, so I'm going through old video footage, just things I've put aside in the event that something like this happens. So I'm glad that I did that, because I got like, I don't know, a couple of months worth of videos just saved up that I've never uploaded and edited. Now, I'm sure that you guys have noticed that a lot of my videos are classified as re-uploaded. That's basically the same thing, old stock videos that YouTube has either taken down or flagged or had some kind of issue with. Just things that have, like videos that I thought were actually pretty gosh darn decent, that for one reason or another ended up not making the cut, or that got taken down, or, you know, YouTube said, hey, that's a big no-no. I basically went through and I like fine-tuned and re-edited those and re-uploaded them so you guys can go back and watch. I got like 1,200 or so videos on this YouTube channel, and a lot of them people have not seen, and I think a lot of them are gold. So I've kind of like been going back and finding my videos where I'm like, hey, this only has 17 views. Let's go ahead and take this and like spruce it up a little bit, and then put it back out so people can actually watch and enjoy it, because people don't really like to go and watch my old stuff. And I think a lot of that has to just do with the fact that people don't really peruse channels the way that some of us binge watchers do. A lot of people, whenever they click a video, you look on the YouTube homepage, and if it's there, they'll click it, and if it's not, then they won't see your channel ever again. But that's the long and short of the situation I'm having with the YouTube channel here. I can't film where I'm currently at. There's no gun range. The gun range that is available is kind of far away from my current location, and it's in a swamp, so it's hard to get to. The gun range that has Kevin and whatnot, that's like 4.5 hours away, and even if I was there, my ability to film there is not great. So I'm going through old stock footage and trying to figure something out. So that's kind of where I'm sitting. There's a lot of stuff coming out that you guys have not seen, and a lot of really, really cool content that I've made over the years that I just never bothered uploading for whatever reason. I think a lot of it has to do with a lot of these things being difficult to edit. I am working a full-time job, and on top of that, I'm also the filmer and editor and uploader for this YouTube channel. I do all of it, and I'm trying to upload. I was doing 2 videos every single day. Well, actually 4 videos, 2 shorts and 2 full videos every single day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. This way, if you wanted to wake up, start your day, and enjoy some of my content, you can, but if you did not have the chance to, then you had 1 in the evening. Maybe you're getting off work, maybe you're tired and resting and wanting to lay down, etc., etc. Then you can go ahead and enjoy some of my content in that context. But it takes a lot of effort to film and edit these videos while also working full-time, while also at the same time trying to move. Actually, at time of recording this, I've only, like, very, very recently, in the past, like, 2 or 3 days, managed to get my actual firearms collection down here where I'm currently at. And I've been filming with the same like 4 or 5 guns that I just so happened to have with me, and that was just what I had to. That was just what I had to use for filming purposes. So now that I have the actual collection down here, my capacity for filming in this room has increased dramatically, and we're just kind of playing it by ear. I know I said that I've been uploading 2 videos a day. That's probably going to stop because I tell you guys what, that is really putting me on the edge of my limitations. So it's probably going to lean more towards 1 video a day, with some exceptions. If I find myself like caught up and ahead, then I'll get back to that 2 videos a day for you guys to enjoy. But other than that, 1 video a day, and I'll probably still do the 2 shorts because the shorts are easy to do. I just kind of sit in here and I talk about all sorts of different stuff with you guys. A lot of people tell me that it's common sense knowledge, or that the videos are useless because of the types of things that I talk about and things like that. And I know that you can't please everybody, but there's a lot of things that I bring up and discuss where a lot of people just have no idea. I tell people all the time, gun knowledge is not common knowledge, and there's people who have learned a lot from the channel that I've made, and I really, really enjoy knowing that I have managed to teach some people. Now, granted, am I the best YouTuber? No, I don't think so by a very, very, very wide stretch. I would definitely not call myself the best. I just have fun with what I do, and a lot of the content that I make is literally me just having fun, including these shorts. What I'll do with my shorts is I'll grab like a pile of stuff and I'll lay it out and I'll be like, all right, what can I talk about with all this random stuff? And that's where the shorts come from. I'm like, all right, well, I've got this one thing right here. Let me go ahead and make like 12 videos on this thing because I got a lot of stuff to say about it, and I've only got 60 seconds in a short to say it. And then I'll do that with like 10 items, and then I'll go ahead and I'll space the subjects apart so you guys don't have like 10 videos in a row about one particular thing. I'll mix them up, essentially. Okay, rambling over. I could sit here and talk to you guys all day about my processes with the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check it out. You guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day, and I will see you guys on the next episode.
Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. Poor man's Garrett. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.